Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is a series of samples of what to say in difficult situations. This one is what to say at work. We do learn by example, and in previous YouTubes I have posted sample conversations for first dates and then later in a romantic relationship. And in my next post I'm going to turn to parenting, but here, work. Of course, there is no one way to handle these situations. These wordings are merely samples for you to accept, revise, or reject. First situation is if you want a raise. You might say something like, I wonder if you had a chance to look at my request for a raise, including the list of accomplishments and my projected ones. The boss might say, I have. Impressive. When you come up for your annual review, this will be helpful. But that's 9 months away. That suggests you might quit without taking the risk of saying it. The boss says, I understand. I need to ask you to be patient. Is there anything I could do now to accelerate matters? I don't think so. I see. Well, but thank you for considering it. In this case, the employee has planted a seed that at least creates the possibility of an earlier compensation review without an ultimatum that the employee may not want to keep. The next difficult situation at work is you're confronting a problematic coworker. After a bit of small talk, you might start with something like, this is uncomfortable, but I feel I must speak up. The coworker says, that doesn't sound good. You say, well, you may already be aware of this, but because you often take long lunches and you do take every one of your personal days, I'm often having to pick up the slack. In addition, I frequently need to fix your work. Maybe I'm not understanding something. I'm all ears. Now, of course, the coworker is unlikely to apologize, let alone change, but again, you've planted a seed. The next difficult situation at work is you're firing a bad employee. If the organization is of some size, you're probably going to need the HR person there. And you say, well, thank you for coming in and on time. You're welcome. And you say, I rarely call you in, so I'm going to come to the point. There is much I like about you, and then include one or two personal likes and one work-related one. Unfortunately, we haven't seen sufficient improvement on the items in your improvement plan, so we are going to make a change. No need to use the word fire. Also note that this sample wording leaves little room for argument. Do you want us to say something to the staff? For example, Joe's leaving us to pursue other opportunities, or would you rather we not say anything? That way you can say what you want to whoever you want. You see, giving two choices, both acceptable to you, usually results in the person picking one. The employee says, I think I deserve more time to improve. You, redoubling your effort to use a firm but pleasant tone, I understand. We have decided it is best to end here. Of course, it's difficult for me to say this to you because you're a nice guy. Is there anything else you want to say to me or ask of me or of Ms. Jones, the HR person here? Now, of course, it can be much harder to stay calm in the heat of the moment. But, of course, rarely does anger help. Consider using the time-honored tactics. Before beginning, take a deep breath, maybe two, and if you feel emotions starting to well up, before it's hard to stop, you might say you need to use the restroom. In any event, in other installments in this series, as I mentioned, I offer sample conversations for first dates, for later in a romantic relationship, and then in parenting. But as usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 30 books. They're all on Amazon. I might particularly commend to your attention, given the topic of this one, my book Work Stories. But anyway, my books, certainly there's more there than you can stomach. So I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.